In November 2012, Denver voters entrusted DPS with a bond to invest in needed improvements and renovations throughout the school system. This story is a part of a monthly video series giving you a closer look at some of our highest profile projects happening because of the 2012 bond. This month, we'll look at a building addition at Brown International Academy in the Highlands neighborhood. Here's video producer Ben McKee.
To understand the story of Brown,
I really gravitated towards Brown.
you need to understand the story of the Highlands community.
And I think Brown started getting the reputation that it had a huge parent involvement.
Ask
People
Nicole
really
Kaczynski,
wanted to
a Brown
advocate.
parent and PTA president.
4 or 5 years ago, people stopped leaving Highlands and they started investing in their schools.
The Highlands boom
We were busting at the seams.
led to a Brown boom.
We started at the school with about 250 students when my son enrolled. Fast forward 2 years later,
There's about 500 students here at Brown, and we are a crowded community.
Principal Lynn
we
Heitzman
are-
says as much as they value creativity in these halls,
coordinating that many kids in a cafeteria, a gym, a music room, and art.
We have classrooms that have been former closets.
that wasn't the kind of creative they were going for.
We worked really hard from the beginning to plan out some of our next steps for expansion, just in case the bond went through.
When it did, with nearly 2/3 of voters supporting it,
The bond's passage was huge for this community.
so did plans to expand Brown.
We knew that we had a lot of work to do.
That work started in the winter, something the Brown community had a role in designing.
We met with them like every 2 weeks for about 3 months, and we got them involved with everything so that the community fully knew what was happening and we had their buy-in.
We walked through the building on several occasions,
He spent a great deal of time in our classrooms, in our hallways.
documenting how the building is currently used and making notes and recommendations to the district on how it could be more efficiently used.
The addition means 4 new classrooms for Brown, while remodeling 4 existing rooms.
About 8,500 square feet of new space, and we've renovated pretty close to 6,000 square feet of adjacent space, just to go ahead and make it all equitable in terms of how it looks when you're coming down the corridor.
It will maintain the same look and feel as the original school's architecture, as though the expansion was supposed to be there all along.
We also want to bring those classrooms up to the 21st century expectations of what a classroom is.
The addition will meet that challenge by providing more flexible space for small group collaboration, project-based learning, and breakout discussion space for students who need a little extra attention. Enough space to welcome 40 new students to the Brown community, a huge addition to the south end of the school, impacting the school's playgrounds, including the learning landscape, which will now have a new location and accommodate for that increase in students.
It does require a lot of patience, these kind of projects, but in the end, we're going to get such an incredible learning space for so many of our students, for every one of our students really, because they're all going to be able to use either the inside or the outside of this new addition.
The kind of thing a community can stand behind and be proud of.
To have it actually turn into something is inspiring. It makes you feel like what I'm doing here is really impactful to the neighborhood.
All of it is so worth it because we know in the fall we're going to get this beautiful new addition, and it's just a really exciting time for us.
With this update on the 2012 bond, I'm Ben McKee.